Hello and welcome. I'm Morris Mohammed and you're watching our English news program on Somaliland National Television. And now for the main stories making headlines. President of Somaliland takes part in the 21st anniversary for the police. Chairman of the ruling party talks about Somaliland's progress in a press conference. Gunshots at Burkina Faso State TV as army tightens its grip on power. President of Somaliland Ahmed Silanyo attended an event held to mark the 21st anniversary since Somaliland Police was established after the country reclaimed its independence.
مدن مدحوينه waxaa salaantaada oo diyaara codbiya ka tirsan ciidanka booliiska Jamhuuriyadda Soomaaliland sanad guurada ciidanka booliiska ee koobiyaad jista awgeed ku soo dhawow mudan madaxweyne iyo ogolow inaan nasiyo ciidanka mudan madaxweyne.
The president received salutes from contingents of the police forces in the opening of the event held to mark the establishment of the National Police Forces. Chief Commander of the Police Abdullahi Fadl Iman, speaking at the ceremonial event, stated that the Somaliland Police has been playing a major role in boosting security and preventing external and internal security threats to the country's security. The police chief has stressed the essential role that police plays in security that Somaliland has been enjoying over the years since the reclamation of independence. Minister of the Interior Ali Mohammed Waran also spoke at the event, hoping success for the police forces and sent congratulations to the police forces for the sake of this event. President of Somaliland Ahmed Mohamed Silanyo addressed the substantial and daunting task that police took in securing the country's goal of providing its respective citizens with peace and stability, as well as revitalizing other government services. The president commended the police for the constant role they take in peace and stability and conveyed congratulations to the police forces and their families over the commemoration of the 21st anniversary of the Somaliland Police Forces.
Chairman and high-ranking officials of the ruling party Kulmiye briefed the media about the progress of the developmental process in Somaliland and the role of the government. Chairman of the ruling party Musa Bihi Abdi clarified that Somaliland's House of Representatives as well as the opposition Chairman of the ruling party Musa Bihi Abdi clarified that Somaliland House of Representatives as well as the opposition parties in Kulmiye are independent from each other but collaborate and continue to strengthen the relations between them for the interest of the country. The chairman highlighted that the conflict previously existing between members of the House of Representatives have successfully ended and that now their primary focus is to work on the development in Somaliland and its people. On the other hand, while discussing Somaliland's recognition, he sent a message to the international world stating that Somaliland will not accept to join Somalia as one country and that Somaliland's independence and sovereignty is not for discussion or compromise. Chairman Musa Bihi Abdi sent condolences to the residents of Wachale for their loss due to a fire where lives and properties were lost and urged the government of Somaliland to provide firefighters at the areas of trade such as Wachale, Barbara and other areas. Vice Chairman of Kulmiye Mohammed Kahin Ahmed stated that Kulmiye government has achieved so much in the past few years, including the ranks given to the soldiers and army of the country, increase in budget and renovating roads, and expressed his gratitude to the hard work and dedication of the current government of Somaliland. Minister of Resettlement, Rehabilitation and Repatriation Ahmed Abdi Kahin responded to statements made by MP Ali Areye of the House of Representatives against the government of Somaliland. Minister Ahmed Abdi Kahin gave an apology to the people and the government of Somaliland on behalf of the parliamentarian and stated that our government deserves only support and praise for the achievements it's making in order to develop Somaliland and provide a better life for its people. The minister pointed out that it's not the first time Ali Areye made such statements against internal and external individuals and that strict charges should be taken against him. Minister of Resettlement, Rehabilitation and Repatriation urged the parliamentarian to avoid making similar statements through media in the future and to respect the President of Somaliland and his government for the genuine efforts it keeps on making to develop all the crucial sectors in Somaliland. He further expressed gratitude to the President of Somaliland and his continuous success as the leader of this nation, leading us to a better future and a better Somaliland. Governor Sanaag Region Mahmoud Salaiban Ramah took part in a ceremonial event to hand over books and lab equipment for the students of Haji Aden Secondary School in Airigabo, donated by CARE organization.
The governor of Sanaag Region, Mahmoud Salaiban Ramah, attended a ceremonial event held for the handover of educational facility to Haji Aden Secondary School of Airigabo. This event was also attended by the coordinator of Ministry of Education and Higher Studies, the director of Secondary Schools Department of the Ministry of Education and Higher Studies, and other educational figures. This equipment was donated by the non-profitable charity organization of CARE that operates in the different parts of Somaliland. Most of this equipment included lab science and essential books tend to help the students to complete their educational process. Mona Hassan Abdullahi, speaking on behalf of the charity organization of CARE, mentioned that this lab science is the first lab brought by the organization to the region. Mona also stated that the organization will contribute 1,500 textbooks to the different schools operating in Sanaag region. The director of Secondary Schools Department for Somaliland Ministry of Education and Higher Studies, Dalmar Salah, also spoke at the event and elaborated on the education status of the region and the policy of the ministry toward the enhancement of the region's education. The coordinator of Ministry of Education and Higher Studies for the region also spoke at the event and sent gratitude to CARE organization and admired their contribution to the education sector of Somaliland. Conclusively, the governor of Sanaag region, Mahmoud Salaiban Ramah, concluded the event with appreciation toward the charity organization of CARE. Mahmoud Salaiban Ramah also emphasized the booming education sector of the region and the commitment of the Sanaag public to educate the youth and encourage their productivity.
You're still watching our English news program on Somaliland National Television, and now for the international headlines. Warning shots have been fired at state TV headquarters by Burkina Faso's army as it cleared thousands of protesters from the capital and sought to tighten its grip on power.
With the president forced out on Friday, angry crowds converged on TV studios where an ex-minister and his female opposition leader each planned to declare themselves transitional leaders. But soldiers were having none of it, and gunfire rang out as the premises was cleared. With the broadcast halted for several hours, at least one man was shot dead with what the army said was a stray bullet. Later, the military's choice of transitional leader, Presidential Guard Officer Isaac Zida, met opposition figures. Reassurance followed about consultation and dialogues, but many remain to be convinced, claiming the army has hijacked the uprising against place compared over the veteran leader's bid to prolong his 27 years in power.
Pro-Russian separatists have held their own elections in eastern Ukraine 1 week after the rest of the country opted for a Western-leaning parliament.
In Donetsk, voters in the self-proclaimed People's Republic backed a separatist leadership. According to exit polls, former mining electrician won over 81% support. We have become the witness of how citizens of Donetsk's People's Republic exercise their free choice of prosperity and independence, said Sakarchenko. Kiev has already denounced the election in Donetsk and Luhansk as partial, citing the Minsk agreement signed by rebel leaders There only allow for the election of local officials under Ukraine's law. The United States has called the election illegitimate, and the European Union the polls an obstacle to peace. But Russia says it will recognize the result. Russian lawmaker who is in Donetsk said the most important thing was the ceasefire. After that, there can be discussion of there should be a Ukrainian federation or something else. As night fell, some voters turned out to celebrate the result in central Donetsk. Many accused the Kiev government to have turned its back on them. One woman said they must establish an economic relationship. Kiev must pay the pension arrears and payment for the children. They must stop following their political goals. We must feel we are free people. Rebels claim the elections legitimize the separatist leadership. However, Kiev maintains they changed nothing.
Thanks for watching. This is the end of our news. Catch us tomorrow at the same time. Goodbye.